friends! I'm going to take you along today as I pack for our upcoming road trip, show you what the essentials are for a toddler and a diabetic when you're on the road. If you've ever traveled with someone with a medical condition such as diabetes, you know that having the right snacks and food is essential in case you get stuck in the middle of nowhere and their sugar drops low or just need to have that little pick-me-up. Although this trip is just a quick weekend getaway, having the essentials when traveling with both a toddler and a diabetic is necessary if you want to have a great time. Let me show you how we pack our car and what all I think is necessary to have a great road trip. So we'll start with Command Central. This is where I sit. My husband typically does all the driving, so I have everything we need right at fingertips. I keep my son's diaper bag that has all our essentials when we leave the house. If you want to know what I think you need when you're leaving the house with a toddler and a diabetic, make sure to check out my video that I have linked up above. Next to my diaper bag, we keep our drinks, so we have typically water, except for in the morning, I would have coffee. We have our charger for our phone, as well as just some space to keep our phones and anything that we need to just grab right away. As you can see, there's not a whole lot that we keep up front, mainly just focusing on the driving and just keeping my son entertained. Heading to the back, this is where all the sort of entertainment and everything we need for the trip is. I loved this cooler that I highly recommend from Walmart. It's sort of the off-brand of the Yeti. It keeps things really cold and it's just the perfect size. We typically can fit about 4 to 5 drinks, as well as 3 sandwiches for our family, as well some cheese sticks and some snacks like that, and it still fits in the bottom of our stroller, which I love, so highly recommend that. Coming over here, I have this little basket that I got from Dollar Tree that I absolutely love to just take for my son. So I typically have him have a little activity center next to him so that he can grab things throughout the time. Let me go ahead and show you what we have. So looking through the activities, I have this little dot pop-em activity, just something that he can play with. I keep Play-Doh here so that he's able to sort of work and use his hands, just preoccupy him. And then I absolutely love these. They're called squigs. They attach together, but you can also stick them to the window here. When my son is sitting there, he can play with them right next to him, and it's just a perfect activity for him to do. I will warn you that they will make the popping noise, so if that is something that bothers you, make sure to hold that activity for the hotel room and not in the car. The next thing I have is this little iPad sort of thing. My son just loves pushing the buttons. We got this for him when he was like a year old, and he still just loves to play with it. So it's just something easy to have. I have this little grab-and-go play pack. It has stickers and crayons and just thing to color. So just something easy that I can have him do in the car, or I can take it to a restaurant. My favorite coloring books that just add water, and you can just continue to color over and over. So they start white, and then you just add the water into the pen, and again, it's something that my son can do over and over throughout the whole trip. I have just some stickers for him to play with, and I'll have a pad of paper that he can stick them on. By the way, if you haven't learned this sticker trick, but if you want your toddler to be able to easily get the stickers off, take the outer portion of the sticker area off. That way they can easily grab the sticker and not have to pull out from the actual sticker pad. And then I have a dot book for my son. Again, he just loves pushing the dots. This is sort of counts as well as has animals, his favorites. And then we have this reusable sticker. My son has had this for over a year now, and you can just keep moving the stickers around. They have different themes. He absolutely loves it, and it's always just nice to have on hand. So again, I keep all those activities right at hand so that my son can just grab them throughout the trip. The last thing we keep back here is just our trash can. So I'm trying to encourage my toddler not to throw it in the floor and throwing the trash into the bin, but again, it's a work in progress. Let's go ahead and move to the back of the car and show you what all we take just for a weekend getaway or really any of our trips. As you can tell, even for a weekend trip, our family does not pack light, but again, having the essentials for both a toddler and a diabetic is very important. So for this trip, we're not doing a lot of exploring, so I'm just going with my son's umbrella stroller, just simple, easy, just in case he gets tired and we need something. I always keep extra water in our car just in case we get stuck somewhere or we need to wash our hands or just have something that we need for the basics. This is my son's bed for when we travel. It's a blow-up bed, toddler bed, and I also bring a tent. So this is what my son thinks is camping because he sleeps in a tent when we go to hotels. But it's great. The tent is just a little more fun than a slumber pod. My son doesn't really bother him having light when he's sleeping. So the tent just gives him his own privacy and again just adds a fun element of sort of, in his words, camping. But I definitely recommend this blow-up toddler bed if you're not ready for your child to sleep in the actual bed. This is something super easy to just take with you. You can blow it up. It does come with a bumper pad. I have used it without the bumper pad on the floor, but I do like just the bumper inside the tent. It gives a little bit extra firmness. Next thing we have is my son's suitcase, our toiletries, and my husband is particular about his pillow, so we always take his pillow with us wherever we go. The last thing that I think is essential for the car is my organizer. Let me show you what all we have in here. The first area is just extra activities for my son. So if we're at a play area or a rest stop or at the hotel and need just some activities, I always keep a ball in the car. These little Velcro throwing things, as well as a football. The next area is just an extra cooler that comes. It's just great to have if you're out to eat and you want to throw your leftovers in it, or you just need to keep something a little colder, just something nice to always have in there. And then the last section here is just our sort of essentials. So we always have our latex gloves with us so that when we're getting gas, we don't have to touch it. My first aid kit, just in case we need some Band-Aids or something going on there. I always keep a trash bag. You never know when you need that, as well as a picnic blanket. So this blanket has the sort of waterproof on the one side and fleece on the other. So it's the perfect thing to just take with us if we're at a rest area and we just want to sit on the ground, or I also take it into the hotel room and put it down where my son has his bed. It's just an extra protection for us. We're OCD when it comes to germs, so I always like to have that extra sort of protection wherever my son is sleeping, as well as we have just an umbrella here in case, we get caught in a rainstorm. So that's everything we take when we road trip. Again, for a weekend trip, it might seem a lot to you, or it might seem like we're past the bare minimal. Each family is a little different, This is what we need to be able to enjoy a weekend trip and have enough entertainment for my son, as well as have the essentials for my husband.